Hello, and welcome back to this peaceful setting that is the Court of the Wild Hunt by night. Unbeknownst to yourselves, quite a lot of water under the bridge since the last episode was recorded. The Myth Drano expansion has released. I've had a look with some of the bear party at four of the quests there. Had some fun, got a couple of gripes as always, but I have to say the wilderness area is fantastic. There's some lovely, if you liked the Feywild type thing, I think you or even this kind of landscape, but on a larger scale, you've got. I won't spoil it too much, but huge buildings all over the place, and some of the graphical effects, the mist and the sun shining through the trees. I'm a sucker for that kind of thing. So, yes, I was suitably impressed with the wilderness. There was one quest, the first one we tried actually. We were in there for over an hour and got completely stumped. We were looking for a crest to finish up the quest or to open a blocked door. And in actual fact, it turned out you needed to speak to the door or interact with the door itself. I wasn't particularly impressed with that one, needless to say. But otherwise, we had plenty of fun. I was disappointed to note that at least at the moment, the optional chests, unlike in, say, Ravenloft and the Salt Marsh and the Dino area, the Isle of Dread. They can contain filigrees and possibly artifacts, but as far as I can tell, in Myth they are literally trash chests. And given some of the effort involved in getting to some of them, again, without spoiling too much, there was one. I mean, it was great fun, don't get me wrong, but nobody's going to go, to all this trouble just for a trash chest and a small amount of XP. We went through, on this side quest, we went down into some catacombs through an absolute pile of undead and then got to a beholder at the end, which nearly totaled us. Didn't do. And we get to the chest thinking, oh, maybe this one's got something. And nope, sure enough, nothing. Not even, no filigree, no nothing. So, although a lot of fun was had, it did feel a little bit deflating that the only rewards you get are in the end chests. Now, that's going to make the any kind of gear set, bearing in mind that you need to collect the augments as well, because there are no set bonuses on that gear. You have to put them in using the augments. From what I've seen, those are quite rare drops, so that would be a real chore and a half. And very quickly I made the decision to pass what few items I got to other people, because I'm just not one for farming stuff at all. So I will be passing my gear and waiting for a future occasion to maybe re-gear. On a plus side, those augments, I'm led to believe, are tradable. They're not bound to account, so that you might be seeing them for an absurd amount of shards on the auction house. Let's just have a quick look. Where would we see them? Probably under item augments, eh? I don't quite know what to put into 35 pages, oh my god. What would I put in to get to one straight away? Maybe the most expensive buyout. No, I'm not finding them on my... I'm sure they're there at the end for mega things, but I don't know what to put in to get to one. Not to worry. So, meanwhile, back at the coalface here, Red has taken level 9. I think the feat he took was precision. I say I think because it's literally been several weeks since I did any recording with him. I have run a few quests, so hopefully I won't be too ridiculously bad. The only thing I added gear-wise was the planar girds from the Zorian Cipher quest to give greater heroism, which, bearing in mind is an Arti, they'll get bonus duration from, which is nice. Let's try and remember to create some ammo rather than do the if you followed the last series, you'll know that both the bear and I very often go in without ammo and just trigger the fusillade and then oh okay. So hopefully that won't happen this time around. We're beginning to take shape here with some of the nice things that we can offer to other party members. If we look in the top right corner here, we've got this positive energy infusion, which is great to give to any tank. We give them a 10% bonus to max hit points, which as far as I know stacks with everything, and we suffer a 10%. Well, it's in my opinion anyway, it's fine to suffer a 10% because when you're grouping with a tank, you're effectively using their health point pool anyway. So really nice one to have. And the other one, which is very nice for our warlock tanks, which invariably have the light imbue, the greater elemental weapons gives them 2 extra imbue dice, which is nice to help them keep attention and fritter away a bit more at the enemy resources. Enhancement wise, we have, as mentioned in the last one, we've gone into the Harper tree, got everything we want for the moment in Battle Engineer. We'll be waiting for the level 12 when all these goodies will come available at the top, and there are some nice things up there for us. So yes, we've got the trans now, know the angles, so half of our intelligence modifier, so we're saying I guess 5 at the moment, we would get added to our damage and tactical feats. These 2 strikes are tactical feats which will benefit from that, so the shatter defenses and later on the thunder shock weapon, which I'm looking forward to showing you all. For those of you who haven't seen the crossbow Arti, that is a nice source of crowd control and a great deal of fun. If you trigger one and then the other, one to pin them in place and the other to finish them off, it makes quite a mess, and it's very satisfying as well. Okay, I think that's about it. I thought we'd go slightly off the beaten track this time and try and show you the 2 quests in here in the Court of the Wild Hunt, which is the one damn thing after another. I'm going to start with this one. I always start with this one because Tulgey Wood is just it's got some pretty hellish memories of being lost in there, put it that way.
Dame Alonsa's face breaks into a grin when she sees you. Ah, a new comrade! I am glad to meet you here. It would be a great boon to this trial to
Trying to remember what I think I might just cast them all. I've got bits and pieces of resistances on the gear, but nothing amazing. I think now, yeah, look at that 31 across the board, that's quite decent, isn't it? If we put the shield on, that brings us up to, oh, we must have shield on the gear anyway, but the mischance is still quite good. As mentioned before, he's got a decent amount of epic martial past lives, which helps with the armor class. Saving throws now with the greater heroism bonus, pretty good, so not complaining. Let's just trigger our Death Ward. Skullduggery cap from the Saltmarsh chain, very nice source of Death Ward clickable. Mustn't forget our trance. So there's 2 minutes of this know the angles trance. Gotta keep remembering to re-click that and go into combat with the boost, the fusillade. Look at this. So you saw 2 things there. First of all, it's shredding. What Reaper did I put? Reaper 2. Okay. It's shredding the opponent, but when they do actually hit us, we get shredded. However, outside of combat, we can heal up very nicely. Let's try and just draw them in, and then that went wrong. Maybe because the one I was hitting died first, the rest of the shots didn't activate. Let's try again. Draw them all in. That's more like it. So, as counterintuitive as it seems, that seems to be a decent tactic. Obviously, the further up you go, like when you're doing legendary stuff, it's not always the best policy to be inviting things close to you like that. But to get them all sort of into a tight little group, lag notwithstanding, and then do that, that is... oh, where did you guys come from? That's not good. Let's boost. It's nice to have the Dame Alonso doing a bit of tanking for us there. I think she's invincible, so she's just a little bit on the slow side now then. I think we need to boost again here, but it's on cooldown. That's unfortunate. If he just stands there at a distance, I'll be more than happy. I don't think he's going to oblige me though. Don't want anything to do with that eye ray he has. Okay, good stuff.
The magic's hiding its treasure fade away.
So generally speaking, especially at this low level, you'll find with the Arti they have more than enough spike damage. I was silly there. I should have waited for the boost to come off cooldown and then just smashed him. They have more than enough spike damage to beat the boss before the boss beats you. For those of you lamenting the absence of the bear or another, the bear is busy with finishing up a master's degree at the moment, so her time is very limited, I'm afraid. So you're having to make do with my less exciting monologue. So bye-bye conversations about coffee and other other things she would sidetrack the thing with. One of you was talking in one of the comments I saw recently about I think just about the character in general and how she animates the quests. I just like the way she can just suddenly drag a conversation off sideways to something completely unrelated. Bear traps, okay, well I could disable those for a bit of a optional. Now this is something that the bear raised quite rightly, I think, in the past life that we did when she was the Arti, about you know, having the rest of the party go wandering off while you're disabling the traps, and how I suppose immersion breaking it was for her. I totally get that. The way I tend to operate with that is if there are, you know, a truckload of traps or spell wards or whatever it happens to be, I just don't bother. But if I know there are just or if I feel that there might be just one or two, and you know, to do, and maybe you'll get a decent little bonus, then I'll go for it. It seems like a nice sort of in between. Come on, what happened to my big... I think my big thing might have been a victim of lag or something. It went on cooldown but didn't activate at all there, did it? Thankfully the boost got us out of trouble. So between, I think you get 6 by default. We've got 1 on our lion ring of these extra boost, and 1 in the tree. So 8 boosts like that per quest, I would think would be enough to take care of most quests. And shrines are a thing too, so... So we're seeing at the moment we can make quite a mess of most targets with 1 clip. We're seeing the electric imbue doing sort of 40-50 damage on a hit, which is quite nice. So definitely worthwhile to have invested in electric spell power, which in my case I've done, as mentioned before, on the craftable rune arm, the Strintis hand cannon. I'm not quite sure what we're going to do. Maybe we'll end up keeping that until well into heroic, until late heroic perhaps. This chest I don't bother getting, the unicorn chest. It's a trash chest, and going all that way just for trash doesn't strike me as very rewarding, so I just tend to leave that one. I will say at this point I'm a big fan of the scenery in general in these two. This is just really nice, in my opinion anyway. I'm a sucker for all this Fey type stuff. Trying to stand still for the to build up the archer focus there. Sometimes it can be a real sort of a game of chicken. You can see yourself taking damage and you think, well, should I keep standing still knowing I'm going to be doing more damage, or should I just move out of the way and self-preservation? I think the right tactic is a combination between the two.
Grand chest sits conspicuously in the center of this room.
Oh, that wasn't very good. I'll take it though. Just in case it can help any of you, I think I've mentioned it once or twice before. I had problems with my recording software I use, the Open Broadcaster thing. Just coming up with a black screen, and running as administrator was the simple solution to cure that, if that could help anyone. Okay, I think we have, oh yes we do. Okay, good source of boost here I think.
As you exit the hunting lodge, you feel as if something is wrong.
Unfortunately, that means it's going to be on cooldown for this nasty thing at the end. I'm going to have to show a bit of restraint here. Wait till it cools down. It's on a reasonably short cooldown, the Fusillade, because we've got a Displacer Beast coming, haven't we? I think I'm going to err on the side of caution, get the Hood of Unrest out for that. Where is he?
As you approach the Vine Church path, a loud shout erupts from the woods.
Nice one.
When the Displacer Beast falls, the vines choking the paths wither and crumble away.
I think there can be some named loot in this one, but I don't think I've seen any named loot in the next one, the Tulgey Wood.
Even for the Feywild, as the
Boosting again. Try and get rid of the trash. Do I dare stand still here? I think maybe I do. Nice, nice. So you see when the boost is going... Ah, we found some named loot there. What's that?
We have bested this trial and every challenge laid before us. Thank you. My quest would have been much more dangerous without
Doesn't look
your
particularly
aid.
amazing, but nice to find something anyway. Okay. Yeah, I think we've shown quite comfortably there that most end bosses are going to struggle to withstand that firepower for long enough to make a dent in our health point pool, which is kind of the way we'd like it. Please don't tell me this has crashed. Oh no. Literally, I've just done that one quest. I switched on and this evening, and I've done that one quest, and it's crashed, hasn't it? Okay, restarting. I had it do something really weird a while back. I think I mentioned it in one of the recordings. It seemed to end normally. I switched the computer off normally, and then next time it started, it was like I'd never played the game. It was asking me to do the agree, do you agree with all this, and it was doing like the starting credits. All my settings had gone to pieces. I don't know what the heck happened there, but that was frustrating, to say the least. Okay, we're coming back in. Perhaps the game was trying to do me a favour and save me from the denizens of Tulgey Wood, or the embarrassment. Right, let's get stuck in then. So for those of you who've never done this quest, there are actually some really nice pointers within the quest to save you from getting... Oh, sorry, hang on. To save you from getting hopelessly lost, as I did. What's going on here? Oh, I've just stepped in, right. So hopefully I can discuss these things and save yourselves from some of the same pain that I had. There's a running joke in the bear party. There's a nice, it's called the Pink Grove, just at the start of the quest proper, and it seemed to me that whatever I did, wherever I tried to go, I ended up back at this damn Pink Grove. So the first time I was in there, I was quite enjoying the scenery and all that. After about 5 or 6 times, the novelty quickly wore off. Trying to target that crown over there. Oh, they've already had half my health. Thankfully, we've stripped them. Be careful of the flowers. The bear always loves jumping in these fiery flowers. They do some serious damage, so I wouldn't recommend it. Oh, Plague Reaper. Kill the crown. Really poor with the target selection there. I'm dreadful at not doing away with the crowns when they need to be got rid of. Sharpish. Or other nasty things like needle blights and what have you in the Raven Loft. Is this the one where you go up here and all sorts of stuff is waiting for you? Oh my god, yeah, right. Crown Elemental. Going to trigger the boost as soon as we get there. I forgot to put the trance on, so we're going to do that too. Going to have to do some moving around here, I think. Okay, not too bad. Yes, it does help if you don't just stand there and be smashed up like a lemon, doesn't it? But as mentioned before, my excuses, I'm trying to build up these archer focus things, which I can't do if I'm moving all over the place. That wasn't a bad shot. Oh, look at the damage there! Oh! Fish. That was one. I don't even know what that spell was, but didn't that just shred us? Right, okay. I was lazy and didn't do the resistances. I think I had better rectify that. Although those crown casters, they are not to be trifled with. I think it was on this life that... Oh, hello. I think it was on this life that I got smashed up really badly by a... Is it Flame Strike from a Hobgoblin caster? Maybe in the Chanticleer chain. Yeah, those things are lethal. Right, so we're coming into the Pink Grove now, I think. Yeah, look at this. If you've never seen this in the game before, I think it's a pretty nice setting. I've got a shrine there should we need it. I think there are quite a few shrines, so I mustn't be afraid to use the boost. So, if you're ever a bit clueless as to where to go, well, here it's obvious. There's only one open doorway, so we're going this way.
You notice a stone relief of a sun. From somewhere above, you can hear Hermia's fall.
Oh, crud, that was a complete mess. I don't know if that was lag or what happened there, but there does seem to be quite a bit of lag. That's one reason why people dislike playing ranged, because they say, and I quite understand, that a lot of the arrows just go missing. As mentioned before, two things you can do to drastically increase your chances of a hit, aside from the game mechanics themselves, your accuracy and all that kind of thing, to be standing still yourself and to have the target standing still. So a group like that I targeted that were relatively still, I thought I might have some joy with that. Or you'll see me quite often just trying to attract them to me and then triggering the thing, because by definition they're still if they're around me, and I'm still too. Okay, so we're going through here.
You step into this
right, and now the indicators are starting, so it's telling us here. You can sometimes expand the map if you can't see, but these here telling us open doors, so it's pointing us the way on the map. Also, on the screen itself you see these big arrow things pointing the way forward to try not to have you completely lost. That was a bit better. Still having plenty of stuff going missing with the lag, aren't we? Yeah. Couple ported back, okay. Yeah, not too bad.
As you pull this lever,
so once you've basically it's go to a new area, pull a lever, open a new area, and go to that one, pull a lever. So whenever you've completed the lever in one area, the sages say you should go back through the nearest teleporter that is available. So we're looking for that. That's that's the only one, isn't it? Nearest one. Okay. So now we're expanding the map, and it's showing us, look up at the top, open door. So that's the way we're gonna go. Look who's forgotten to use his trance again. Enemies, yeah. Oh crud. Damage over time, I'm not happy about that. Okay. I was waiting, if you wondered why I was waiting to pull the trigger, I was waiting for them to sort of cluster together, because I only have this one AoE and it's on a 10-second cooldown. So, oh, those beetles, they hurt, don't they? For some reason they're not, I think they might even be immune to cold. When they fire beetles, there's something strange gone on there. Right, okay. So, is there a teleport thing in here? Nope. That must be it. Yep, another little indicator here. Is there a lever in here? Nope.
Somehow, you find yourself somewhere that resembles the manicured
So
garden
again,
of
expanding the
Grand
map.
Estate. A stone relief of a moon adorns the opposite hedge.
Ah. Where is that? That didn't, well, that's the only way we can go anyway. Have I gone the wrong way here? No, I haven't. That's another clue. Enemies spawning means you've obviously not visited a place before. And they really smashed me up, didn't they? It's like glass cannons versus glass cannons, this. Thankfully there's a bit more glass in my cannon than theirs, at least for now.
As you pull this lever, you can somehow sense a door yawning open in the distance.
Okay, so back through the teleporter. Game's telling me to go down there. Right, oh, this is a tricky one. We're going to dip down, aren't we? And then when we pop up, there's going to be a whole load of stuff. Sorry, Klitsch, I think I missed a collectible back there, didn't I? Boosting then.
A woodworm has taken up residence in this clearing. If you approach, it aims.
I think I'm going to have to just keep moving here, because if I stop, they're going to have me. They might have me anyway. Now, if he's just going to sit there, I'll be delighted. Yep, there are some advantages to slight bugs in the game, and isn't it noticeable how when something like that happens, nobody complains, but if you get something that disadvantages the players, like for instance the Raven recently in the Needle in the Face stack quest. Did I forget to trigger these, or have they just run out? I think they've just run out. The Raven in the Needle in the Face that quest decided, you know, with the when it's supposed to spawn the egg when you beat it. Well, it spawned inside the big tree trunk thing on that map, so it was basically unhittable. All I had was Arcane Tempest spell, and I had to grind it down with that, and I decided I've come this far, I'm not leaving. But that was definitely a frustrating issue. I think we're back down this way again, are we? There's no other door open. Do I actually want to take these? I think I will take the shrine here. Get the boosts back up, shall I? No, I've just cast my buff things, haven't I? We'll make use of the buffs and the spell points we've got now. And we'll shrine later, I think.
You stumble into a strange place.
Right, now it's been a while since I did this. Let's try not to make too much of a mess. I think you can always reset the puzzle.
The Queen tells
by... Can you reset it? Oh, actually, I'm not sure. I think it's this one. That one. And this one. There we go. Yes? No? Maybe? Yeah, okay. So... this is a mimic, isn't it? So... let's prepare. Memories of the first days of the mimic event, when everyone was getting slaughtered by overpowered mimic damage over time. Hey, that's a nice one. Alright, the chest was a mimic, but he's given me his chest and another chest, so I say good return there on our time invested.
As you pull this lever,
I thought you'd be impressed with that one, Brian.
yawning open in the distance.
Oh, what's going on now? We're not allowed through here. It must be somewhere else than the door. So again through the nearest teleport, and yes, sure enough on the map we've got another destination. There must be a load of things in there, so let's try and get them with our AoE. No, that was terrible. Shame on the developers for setting these groups too far apart for me to benefit from. Need nice tight-knit groups, a la Slave Lords, perhaps. Now that would be a challenge, wouldn't it? To try and, in fact, we have the type of build that could do it. We just don't have evasion, which is kind of a big miss in the Slave Lords, which is riddled with traps. Okay, back through here. That was better, yep. I can't believe we got them all. Maybe we did. Oh, that was the opposite extreme. That was beautiful.
As you pull this lever, you can
so again, straight through the nearest teleporter and down there. Okay, should I fire the AoE now? I'm going to. Got rid of the crown, that was good. Yep, standing still. Nice load of stacks and boom. So where we're able to keep decent range to the target, especially where they can't shoot back, we're doing very nicely.
As you pull this lever, you can somehow sense a door yawning open.
This is new, isn't it? Now then, shrine. So we still have 2 boosts, don't we? That's been done, so we're going down here. So these 2, I think we have to try the door first and then talk to them. Or is it maybe talk to them and then try the door? I can't quite remember. I think talk to them and then try the door.
When you try the lock on the door, the 2 bullywugs turn towards you in surprise. Huh? How'd you do that? They ask in unison.
You're smarter than we thought, but we won't let you get near that key.
This is going to be 1 boost, definitely.
One asks.
Either he was watching
Okay.
you guard the key, or I was watching him watch you guard me. Who cares? Let's rumble.
The twins let out
Oh,
their
oh,
last
pick up the key
confused
might help,
groans.
mightn't it? Oh, hello.
Key clatters to the ground.
I was watching somebody just prior to recording this, casually going through a Reaper 10 salt marsh, soloing. I thought, my God, this is how the other half live, isn't it?
You've been transported into a shady
It's
circle.
like a never territory for me.
Stone relief of a satyr above the door.
Okay, pull the lever.
As you pull
And
this
where are we
lever,
going next?
you
We've
can
got two
somehow
choices.
sense a
That
door
is
yawning
Mushroom
open in
Forest,
the
and this is...
distance.
Well, this was closest to where we were. Yeah, we were right. It does seem to be still quite a bit of lag here. I'm going to try and save the last boost for the end fight.
Sits a gnome wearing a comically large hat, accompanied by two others.
Could,
An
of course,
exasperated
shrine.
squirrel
No, I'm
and
not
a
going to be
hound
silly. I'm
who
going to
is
use the
soundly
boost
asleep.
here.
You
And...
can hear the gnome and the squirrel arguing.
It is 6 o'clock.
The gnome declares.
And shrine.
No, it is not.
Replies the squirrel.
It is so.
Says the gnome.
You have bats in your hat.
Answers the squirrel. Shouts the hound, roused from his slumber and snarling in your direction.
What? Where?
Asks the gnome. When you remind him that he offered you the cup of tea, he shakes his head.
Okay.
You never said you were a thief.
He says.
That changes
I think
everything.
this is where I
The strange
often
gnome
go wrong
slumps on
with
the
where to go
followed by the
next.
shattering of cups and plates.
There's no teleport there, is there? There's a shrine
Pressed the
here.
cinder behind him. As you pull this lever, you can somehow sense a door yawning open in the distance.
There's a teleport down there. I don't know whether that's where we're supposed to go. I think you can probably see why the XP per minute people are not particularly fond of this quest. I think at the time when it came out, one of the comments was it's probably going to be run once and then left alone. As far as I know, there's no decent loot or anything. Actually, in the first one on Legendary, the one dame thing, there is a fairly rare drop, a unicorn tier, that's quite a good one for those who like to stack up temporary hit points as sources of defense. So I've got one of those on Purple's tanky warlock build. Are we going to be facing opponents in there? I don't think so. I'm not convinced that was the right one to go through, in fact. No, it probably wasn't. So let's... I always seem to go wrong there. If anybody knows where I should have gone, please feel free to say. Where is the next? I can't see a next clue anywhere. So we did the Mushroom Forest, and we don't want to go back there. What else have we got here on offer? We've got Royal Garden. That looks like a plan. I think there's a shady circle somewhere that we've got to get to, isn't there? And pull a lever. We're almost at the end, I think. I've just taken a slightly circuitous route towards it. Riverlands, shady circle, okay. So I was around here anyway, wasn't I? Yeah. And is this where I went wrong? There's a lever to pull in here, I'm sure. Oh no, we've done that. So we're going... oh, we've got this one to pull now. Okay.
You sense a door
And that's the
creaking
thing
open
to
in
the hiding
distance,
place. So
opening a
mushroom
path
thing,
onward
is
to
that the...
Herman's
yeah.
hiding place.
Okay. And note to self, there's a shrine just
Your
before
stomach drops as you fall into
going
the
into the
sky.
end fight.
Then
Okay.
your feet find purchase on something invisible yet solid. Hermia perches on a nearby
put
tree
on our
Hello,
hood of unrest, which by the time this owl's finished waffling will be
Sorry to say,
all
I
but
couldn't
finished.
save you any scraps. Those crows wanted supper, but they could barely keep themselves from coughing.
Now this is an enclosed area, there's nowhere to run, and that makes it nasty on the higher difficulties.
For dessert, I offered you
I just daren't stand in one place, that's going to be a disaster. Try and keep moving and shoot, see what we can achieve here. Can't heal myself, unfortunately, while the, or at least not meaningfully, while the combat's going on.
adolescent orbs, and another challenge for
However,
us.
I could heal to top now while out of combat. I think another bear comes when these orbs are shattered. No? I thought it did. What's going on here? Don't tell me it's bugged out right at the end. Oh, please, game, no. Defeat. Well, we have defeated the illusions, haven't we? As far as I can tell, there's nothing. Nothing else here. Oh, well, that's very unfortunate. I don't know if on Epic another owlbear spawns when you've smashed all the things. But it's looking to me like this has bugged out. So sadly, that's all I've got. But we reached the end anyway. So I guess that was good. I've been cheated out of my 12,000 whatever XP, 100 monsters killed. But that's life on this game, I'm afraid. I'll fiddle about, see if I can get it to complete, but I'm not optimistic. Thank you very much as always for looking, and I'll speak to you soon. Take care.